Okay, welcome back everybody to Old School Sports with Mike and the Hammah, and we have another great show for you today, and we're going to start off with that story is never going to go away, Vrabel. We got the Masters, which is exciting, Sox and the A's, I almost said Oakland A's, Celtics, Bruins, and the NFL Draft. So, Hammah, talk to me about this story with Vrabel. I know you're a big conspiracy theorist. What's going on?
Well, Mike, last week when we came on, the story had just broke. And everybody thought it was a lot to do about nothing because Vrabel came out and said it was laughable. And Russini said she was on a trip with a bunch of other women hiking and doing stuff like that. But a lot has transpired in the last week.
Okay.
And nothing good is happening for these two individuals.
Okay.
They are caught in a trap.
So where are the other girls? Anybody seen any pictures or anything?
Well, that's the thing. At first, the Athletic, who Dianna Russini works for, says, okay, cool. We believe your story. And, oh, by the way, can you show me some of the photos of you and your friends, climbing mountains and just hanging out for the weekend? And she was unable to produce any of those pictures. And these so-called friends that were with her don't have any pictures either.
That can't be. What a group of women are not taking pictures? Come on.
Well, even the guys.
Guys,
I
too,
know I go
yeah.
on golf trips with a few
Yeah,
buddies. And we
everybody
take pictures
does.
And this and that.
Everybody
so there's
does.
no pictures.
No
so
pictures.
that's a big red flag. So at that point, that's when what the New York Times, who own the Athletic, said, there's something going on here. So they ended up suspending her, saying no more tweets, nothing on social media, nothing. We're shutting you down right now until we do a full investigation. Because this is a big story. It's not just two married people hooking up. Here's a woman that had a lot of pull in the NFL. You know what I mean?
Oh, nicely put.
Well, I know. I just made it funny. And here's the thing. I mean, she's been out on the Patriots looking for A.J. Brown, and she's reporting that A.J. Brown wants out of Philadelphia. So a lot of people are saying she is actually throwing him in to the Patriots' laps. So I'm just saying, there's a lot going on here. So they're going back on all the stuff she's reported as far as on A.J. Brown, anything to do with Mike Vrabel and the Patriots.
Right.
And they're digging deep into it because, who's the source? Seems like it's Mike Vrabel to me.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on in this story.
Well, there is a silver lining to this. As you know, my son-in-law is he's a writer for the New York Times, and it looks like there might be a job opening up at the Athletic, right?
There you go. Yep. One person's fall is another person's rise, as they say.
That's it. Yeah.
So here's the thing, what I feel bad about.
Okay.
I mean,
Wait. Do you really feel bad?
I do.
Okay.
Because you got to think of the people involved.
Okay.
Here's Jen Vrabel's been married to Mike Vrabel since they were sweethearts at Ohio State back in the 90s. She had to shut down all her social media. I mean, how embarrassing that, your husband's caught in a weird situation and, whether it's true or not, she's taking the brunt. You know what I mean? And also I feel bad for Russini's husband. They have two young kids. I mean, Vrabel has two kids, but they're adults. These are two young kids.
Two young kids.
And, they're going to school or this or that, and your mother is known for maybe having an affair, on your father.
Sounds like they're pretty young. I didn't even think they're in school.
Yeah, but they're young, but so what? I mean, they know what's going on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that's the bad part of it. And the other thing, too, think of other women reporters who, how hard is it to get credibility?
Right.
And this cuts, if I'm a woman reporter, I am so pissed. Because sometimes, you're watching a game and there's always that one guy in a room that will see like this blonde girl, this real pretty girl and say, oh, I wonder how she got that sideline reporter job.
Right.
And this doesn't help. You know what I mean? Somebody that works their ass off, knocks down, the glass ceiling and does a great job is lumped into a situation like this.
Chad,
I feel bad.
Chad Finn from the Boston Globe, he wrote an article the other day about that. That's the worst thing. Part of this whole thing is the legitimate writers out there, female reporters that are doing a great job, but they've been tarnished by this because they're lumped in. Everybody's lumped in now. That's how they get the story.
Yeah,
right?
And the thing is, now we've had a week, we really dug into this place, this rendezvous place. And like we said last week, we only knew a little bit about the place, but we know a lot more this week. Last week it was like...
Did you fly out? Did you go?
I didn't, but
okay.
my sources.
Okay.
You know, my sources have told me there's a lot going on in this place here.
Okay, all right.
This is like hedonism back from the 90s. Remember that place? You ever hear of that? Well, you were married young. You wouldn't know anything about that.
no.
But there used to be a place when we were younger, people would fly to this island and everything went.
Okay.
And it sounds like this is the way this hotel goes. They say it's portrayed as a couple's hotel. It's also a place where you bring your mistress and stuff like that. There is no photography allowed. And if you're caught taking a picture, there's people everywhere. And they grab your phone and make you delete that picture because there's a lot of people running around at this place where Vrabel and Russini were that shouldn't be there. And they shouldn't be with who they're with.
What a coincidence they went to a place like that, huh?
Right. And that's where you run into how do they get these photos? And here's more of my sources, Mike.
More sources.
This was a private eye who wasn't on the site. Because you know what? If I'm paying $2,600 and me and you were going to this romantic getaway, and I'm following Mike Vrabel around the whole time.
I can't go. I'm married.
I'm just saying. But I'm just saying. You know, anything goes nowadays. But if we're running around and I'm like, no, I can't hang at the sauna or the pool with you because I'm watching Mike Vrabel and taking pictures.
Right.
So it was definitely somebody that was not on property, that was hired by somebody to take these photos because they knew they were going to be there.
Long distance lens.
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, it wasn't Rossini's husband because this guy that took the photos tried to sell them to TMZ, the New York Post, and any other outlet, said, I have Mike Vrabel with an unknown woman on top of a rooftop holding hands watching the sunset in a jacuzzi tub. They had no idea it was a famous, reporter.
Right.
From the,
he was the famous one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that tells you right there, it had nothing to do with her side. It could have been Vrabel's wife. And my conspiracy theory is it might have been Bill Belichick.
Hey,
Think about it.
That could have been because he's taken a lot of crap from the Patriots organization recently, and a little bit of jealousy maybe because Vrabel took him. He's a golden boy now, right?
He is. And Belichick's like, this is digging into my legacy here.
Yeah.
Vrabel comes in 1 year, gets him to the Super Bowl, and a lot of people said they have known since 2018 when Mike Vrabel was with Tennessee and Dianna Russini was hanging around there a lot that they were an item back then. It was just in that circle. It was just hush hush. So tell me that Belichick didn't know about it.
That's going on 7 or 8 years now?
Well, that's what they're saying.
Wow.
And that's where it comes into last week when you poo-pooed my idea of maybe they weren't ready for the Super Bowl. And I say, if you're just hooking up with someone here and there, there's no emotional, attachment. But if you're seeing someone for a 6, 7, 8 year period on the side here and there, and that's why I say that Super Bowl was one of the reasons why the Patriots lost, because here's Vrabel's wife and family, here's Russini over here. How am I going to spend time with both of them? Because if you're that involved with somebody, you're going to find time for them.
You brought this up last week, and I had a discussion with my wife, who's in the audience today, as you know, and we both came to the agreement that, given the nature of this whole thing, he would not jeopardize the Super Bowl. As much as he's enamored with her, he's not going to go back and forth to hotels there. He's there to win the Super Bowl first and foremost. That's what we came up with.
Well, Mike, in the history of the world, women have clouded men's thinking. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but men's thinking.
Guys do a lot of crazy things
Yeah,
for women.
I understand.
And the other way around.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying it's
the
an
Super
emotional
Bowl,
connection.
Super Bowl.
I understand that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying,
Right.
it's like people have made worse choices than
I get it.
throwing a Super Bowl away to spend time with a woman.
Okay.
So there you
All
go.
right.
All right. So yeah, and the only thing I don't get, it's talk about a fraternity, talk about nobody will report this story. I mean, for today, here it is on Tuesday, the 13th or something. The story's a week old, and today's the first day the Boston Herald even posted anything. And Mike, if you want to throw up the front page of the Herald here, and it's the first thing that's been reported on it. And it's not even a sports reporter. They got some guy from another department said, hey, report on this story, because anybody from the sports department doesn't want to touch this.
Well, it's a fraternity. They're not going to go against their brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just bad, though. Stephen A. Smith, who you can't shut up on ESPN.
Right.
I hear crickets, And the thing is, it's like, do they all have skeletons in their closet? Do they all know what was going on? Are they all doing the same thing? And it's just kind of like, it's like a group where it's like hush hush and someone spilled the beans?
That might be it right there.
I mean, Cameraman Mike had his own thing. He thought it was a jealous other team, GM from another team or this or that, that kind of, it might have been the GM from Philadelphia. He's like, AJ Brown's getting trashed, is wanting to leave. She's writing all the stories. He knows that she's with Vrabel, and he might say, I'm hiring a PI. I'm blowing the lid off this thing. Who knows?
The conspiracies don't
But
stop.
there's something going on because ESPN will not report on this story because they're in bed with the NFL, the reporters, the players, the owners, everything.
Well, you know one thing, Goodell wants it to go away, right?
He does.
Yeah.
But the problem is they both made statements that could not be backed up. You know, Vrabel said it was ridiculous and laughable.
Right.
And, you know, now he doesn't even show up. I mean, Vrabel, you know, here we are with the draft coming and stuff, and he's not doing press conferences now. He's invisible.
Well, they both said it was laughable, but what was really laughable were the pictures when you think about it, right?
Absolutely.
The hot tub.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here's another thing, too, and it's not the same thing, but this happens everywhere as far as the media and players and stuff. I mean, we all know, you know, Kayla Burton, you know, Channel 4, Steve Burton's daughter.
Steve Burton's daughter, yeah.
I mean, she dates, Jeremy Springer, who's the Patriots' special teams coach.
Okay.
And the thing is, I mean, she reports on the Patriots. She reports for NBC, BZ. She's been on ESPN before.
Yeah.
She's on, NBC Sports Boston. And what happens if, like, the Patriots give up, like, 2 or 3 special team touchdowns in a game? Is she going to report on her boyfriend that he didn't do his job that week? So I'm just saying, this happens, and
Slippery slope.
yeah, it's. I don't know why these people put themselves in that situation.
Yeah. I agree.
You know, there's plenty of people in the world. You know what I mean? Just you got to venture out.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
get you.
That's all I really got. I mean, that was a lot, but it had to be told.
It had to be told. It's there.
It's one thing this show will do, Mike. They'll tell you the truth.
Tell you the truth. It's not. Hey, this thing's not going away.
It isn't. We'll probably have more crap next week on
Yeah,
this.
sure. You ready to move on, though?
I am.
Okay.
What do you got?
How about the Masters? Did you watch it?
I did. It was very exciting.
Rory McIlroy, 4th repeat champion. The others were Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, and Tiger in the history of golf. Imagine that. And he joined him. He waited 17 years to get a green jacket, and he gets 2 in a row. Yeah. And I really thought Scotty Scheffler, the #1 player in the world, was gonna catch him, didn't you?
Well, he was going to catch him by default because Scheffler was 12 shots back after the first 2 rounds.
I know.
And for him to only lose by a shot's amazing, but he needed a lot of help because they came back to the pack. And even like on the 18th hole, Rory, I mean, he had a 2-shot lead and he was all over the place. It looked like I was golfing out there. Yeah. But he ended up getting the bogey to win by a shot. But if that was another hole or 2, then Scheffler would have won because he was on fire the last 2 days of the tournament.
Yeah, he was the first player to go bogey-free since 1942 at Augusta for the last 2 days of the tournament. And that was a wild ride on the 18th hole. You know, and he hit that shot into the woods, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen now?
I know.
And then he decides to go over the trees. And nobody could find the ball. And then they find it surfaces. It's in the bunker. And like, oh, good thing he had a 2-shot lead.
Yes.
Oh, my God. These guys got nerves of steel, though.
Well, here's the thing. Rory's a roller coaster.
He is.
I mean, he had a 6-shot lead on Friday, and then he was actually behind, around the 10th or 11th hole on Sunday.
He was 2 back. He was 2 back on like the 10th, 11th hole.
So,
yeah.
So he did recover, and he did have a few birdies in the last few holes, but then he tried to give it away at the end.
He did the same thing last year. Then he had that playoff, and I guess that's his MO.
Yeah. But you know what? He got $4.5 million, so he knows what he's doing. Yeah. And I don't think Scotty Scheffler's crying too much. He got $2.4 million for coming in second.
And I don't think anybody that played in that golf tournament's crying because they paid out $22.5 million total. I think the 10th place was like still $500,000, and 20th place was $250,000. Not bad.
So no hot dogs and beans for them. They're having steak and lobster.
The 50th player got like $55,000.
There you go.
But 4 days, right? Not bad.
Yeah, and right, you could be 50th. Can you believe it? Well, what a world we live in.
I know, crazy, right?
Yeah.
So play golf, right? You don't need a concussion helmet there.
Exactly. And the ball's not even moving. Yeah. It's just there.
No concussion protocol.
No.
No tent.
No, you don't have any, and everybody's quiet when you're ready to hit. You know, there's no like in football, they're going crazy or basketball. Not this. Shh, Mike.
Jim Nance.
I heard you swallowing too loud over there. I'm trying to make a putt here, Mike.
Yeah. You hear Jim Nance silky smooth voice, whispered, right?
You know, that's the kind of voice that would put you to sleep. You know, like if you have insomnia, just put on Jim Nance on the 17th hole. That'll put you right to sleep.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Let's jump.
We're
to those wonderful Red Sox.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm scared. I'm scared to jump. These guys can't hit.
Well, Mike, they can't hit, they can't play defense, and they can't pitch. Other than that, they're off to a great start. This team stinks.
Yeah.
6-10, last place.
It could have been worse. They're 5-5 in the last 10, so they're actually winning a few games. But the Contreras and Abreu are the only ones that are hitting. Contreras is 304, Abreu's 355. But listen to these numbers. Story 188, Dirk and 135. Is that right? That's a
Yeah. It was 122 before last night.
Duran 196, and my boy Anthony, right, 211. He's not even hitting his weight. What's going on
Well,
here?
forgot about Marcelo Meyer, who's batting 195.
Oh, I missed him.
And the thing is, when we're back to Anthony, he's batting 211. He's supposed to be the new Ted Williams. He can't even throw the ball from me to you.
I know.
And the thing is with him, it's like they don't know what to do with him. He is mentally out of it right now. They had an off day, right? And then the next day, he's a 21-year-old guy, right?
Yeah.
The next day, he didn't play him. They gave him 2 days in a row off. He is in such a funk that I don't know where to come back. So here's the thing. This is where your hitting coach comes in. But nobody can hit. So fire the hitting coach. It's a stupid launch angle and this crap and that crap. These guys, they get their way to the major leagues hitting a certain way, and this guy's, the hitting coach is trying to have him hit a different way.
But Tom, this team is built on pitching and defense.
Oh, you want to talk defense?
Pitching and defense. That's what this team is built on.
All right. Well, last night Crochet gave up 11 runs in 2 innings. He has an ERA of 7.58. Brian Bello, a 1-1 with a 6.14 ERA. And Suarez, your big signing over the winter, has a 5.2 ERA.
Yeah.
So you can't pitch worth crap. And the thing is, defensively, they're ranked 31st in baseball playing defense. So there's your pitching, there's your defense. That's why you can't win.
Well, the last 4 years, they ranked 32 in defense.
Yeah.
They were the worst, right?
Right, they are. And then I said the whole year, what have I been saying? I've been saying this since January. If you can't hit home runs, you can't win. You don't have enough, especially when guys are batting in the 200s and stuff.
Right.
You're going to string together 3 hits to score a run. Where if you had someone that could hit a home run, it's instant offense. They're ranked 28th in home runs.
Yeah. If you get 220, 230, but you can hit 10 dingers by now, that's okay, right?
That's it, but that's the problem. I mean, if you really look at the way this team is put together, the pitching is weak. They got speed, but they can't get on base, so what good is that? And they can't catch the ball.
Yeah, they're swinging at pitches that are outside the zone, and they're taking pitches that are in the zone. So
yeah, and here's the thing I got to say about Red Sox fans. I am jumping off the bandwagon because Red Sox fans.
Wait. Were you ever on the bandwagon?
I had 1 foot on. I was kind of teetering. I never actually committed. All right, but these Red Sox fans, they don't know what they're watching. I mean, I get friends that are like, yeah, they're having those issues, but they're only 2 games out of first. And I'm like, are you watching? It's one thing if they were like, right now they're 6-10. I mean, if they're 12-4 and they're 2 games out of first, you're like, hey, this is a pretty good team. I'd be excited with you. But if you're 6-10 and there's nothing positive happening and you're saying you're 2 games out of first, what are you looking at?
I go by the eyeball test in any sport, especially baseball.
Yeah.
What do your eyes tell you? That they stink, And now I'll give you this: Crochet's an aberration. That's not who he is.
No.
Everybody else is in a funk, but he'll still be the horse.
Well, here's
He's the only one, though.
I'll tell you one thing about baseball because watched it my whole life. If he has another bad outing like that, now we'll be on the DL. He'll be on the injured list because obviously there's something wrong.
Right.
Either it's an excuse or there's something really wrong.
Right.
Because last night he was all over the place and he got annihilated by a weak-hitting Minnesota team.
Right. Well, Minnesota's actually got a winning record this year.
Yes, but they're not that good. It's just it's kind of like, it's like fool's gold, like St. Louis.
It's like spring training.
Yeah, St. Louis had a good record too this weekend. and the Red Sox beat them 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
But St. Louis is projected to be a last place team.
Right.
So I just think that there's a lot going on there as far as with the Red Sox, and none of it's positive. I'm telling you.
No.
They're just lucky the division's struggling. Toronto's got a million injuries. I mean, Tampa Bay is just a 500 team.
Baltimore's in first, right?
Baltimore, yeah. I mean, I thought they'd have a good year, but Baltimore's got a couple big injuries too. The Red Sox are kind of lucky they're this close. And then the Yankees, they lost like 5 in a row.
It's early, Tom.
It's early.
It's early. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah. They'll straighten out. They'll win 80 games.
Okay. All right.
We have enough of them?
I do, but I want to talk quickly about my Oakland A's or Sacramento A's.
I got them on the schedule. A's, Hammah, go.
They've played the toughest schedule in baseball. I mean, they played Toronto and Atlanta. They've played the Yankees and the Mets. And, you know, they have a winning record, and they're 1 game out of first place. And they beat the Yankees 2 out of 3, and they beat the Mets 3 straight, and all on the road, 5 out of 6 in New York. So don't sleep on this team. Here's a team that they're getting good pitching. They had 3 shutouts in their last 5 games. So here's a team that's overachieving where the Red Sox are underachieving.
What's their payroll? Probably nothing,
It's
huh?
a third of the Red Sox, I know that.
Red Sox are 12th in payroll. They're probably,
Like 20, I think they're up to like
25th
20
or something?
Yeah, in that range.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, I mean, the Yankees are a top 3 and the Mets are a top 3, and they just wiped them out 5 out of 6.
So they're going to hit the ground running when they go to Las Vegas. And what is it, 2028?
2028.
2028.
Yeah. So, I mean, but here's the thing.
A lot of young players.
A lot of young players, a lot of home runs. This is like an exciting team. Yeah. And it's like they just played like an 11-6 game the other night and stuff. I mean, wouldn't you like to see these Red Sox games are 3-2, 2-1, you know?
Not last night.
Not last night because they were down 11-0 in the second inning.
Yeah, last night was a softball game, right?
Yeah. So right now the A's have, 2 games better than the Red Sox.
Okay.
But we'll see.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Enough of that?
Enough of that?
How about let's go to our Boston Celtics. Now, wasn't this year supposed to be a gap year, right? They get rid of all that. They had to get out of that second tier and all that stuff. They get rid of all the high-end players, and they started off 0-3, and we were sitting here at the beginning of the year. They were 8-8, and I was saying that's who they are. They're a 500 team, right? Then they took off, and they finished with 56 wins. And right now they're favored to win the East. Right now, favored. I mean, Detroit would be, but
Cunningham's hurt.
Cunningham's hurt, right? So here's why they're better. I was making the argument that they're a better team this year than last, and you were poo-pooing that, right?
I was, but you got some good
But
stats.
I got some stats for you. Last year they attempted a league high, and I know you're going to love this, 48.2 threes a game, because that's all we were talking about. They're just throwing too many threes, right? Nearly 6 more than the closest second place, right? This year, they're ranked 4th in attempts, only 42, and they're 8th in percentage with 36%. So
I like it. I'm enjoying this year better than last year.
Yeah.
I really am.
They're shooting less threes, and they're making more what they take. Yeah. Okay. Now here's another one. They got 33% of available offensive rebounds, 5th in the NBA, right? Last year they ranked 18th at 29%. So, and they've committed. This is the biggest one of all. They've committed a league low 12.4 turnovers per game this year. So this is my argument for a better team. They don't have the big names. They don't have the Porzingis and all that, right? But they seem to have a more solid team. And furthermore, Brown is having an MVP type year, but he won't win it.
No.
He's 29, 7 and 5, all career highs. And check this out, Teresa Mead. His free throw percentage is 79.5%, his highest ever.
Yeah.
3.5 points higher than last year. Okay, and Tatum is getting better every day. Hey, the sky's the limit here. I think they're going to win the East, and I'm not so confident about taking down either one of those
monsters
in the West, like San Antonio or OKC, or maybe even possibly Denver, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Lakers. Yeah, there's a lot of good teams over there. But
So
you only have to play one of them, though.
They're going to play the winner of the Magic 76 play-in game. You know, so
they're playing Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
They don't know who they're playing yet.
Yeah.
But all I'll say is Missoula's done a good job this year.
Yep.
I mean, he's got them playing every night hard, which is shocking.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a lot. Jaylen Brown should get the most credit of anyone.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
Starting out this season, like you said, there's a 500 team. He wouldn't accept that.
No.
He's the kind of guy that, okay, you disrespected me and my team. I'm the leader now. You don't think I can do it? Climb on my back, boys. And this team's taking on a mentality of Jaylen Brown. Why are they taking less threes? Because Jaylen goes to the hole, right? And when you don't launch up those dumbass threes every time down the court, like when Tatum runs the show,
right?
That's how you're not getting the rebound, because those things are bombing out, and then boom, it's a fast break the other way.
Yeah.
Now when you set up and get a nice 2-point, you have time to get back on defense, which means now when the other team misses, you're getting rebounds. So by them changing the way they play offensively is contributing to them playing an all-around better game.
I don't mind the three if it's open, but last year they were chucking them up from everywhere, and they were forcing them. You know, and I think the worst. Speaking of threes, I think the worst thing in basketball is the 2-for-1.
Oh, it never works.
The 2-for-1 is I think they just eliminate that altogether. You know, it's 34. So those who don't know, it's like what they want to do is say there's 34 seconds left on the shot clock. They want to run down and they want to put a shot up in the next 8 to 10 seconds, so the team is left with maybe like high 20s. So they'll get then they'll have 24 seconds on their clock, and theoretically you'll get the ball back, which is fine if you can get a good shot. But they don't care. They just come down. All teams do it, and they just chuck up anything so they can get another possession.
Right. So you're giving that possession away instead of trying to work it around and get a good shot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what happens, you get the rebound, you have 4 seconds to get all the way down the court, and you never. So your last 2 possessions, you end up with nothing, and the team that only has the 1 possession takes their time, uses the 24 seconds, and gets a good shot.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
To me, it's like that's something that, if you're a basketball coach and it's inbred in you, this is how we do it.
But this has only been, the last decade or so. I don't remember this years ago. This is new
Analytics,
stuff.
Mike.
Analytics.
It's here to stay.
Yeah, it is. Okay. What do you think?
I think
I just knocked the clock over.
I think I'm done with that. I think we should move along and talk quickly about the Bruins.
Okay, you take it. You got it.
Oh, my God, the Bruins. Hey, they're in the playoffs, Mike.
Okay.
Whoopee.
Yeah.
What a way to get in the
They
playoffs.
backed in.
They lose 5 out of 6 and get in the back door. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the bad news is, the good news is you're in the playoffs, but they're going to get killed in the first round. All right?
Yeah.
Unless they play Buffalo, they might extend them a little, because Buffalo hasn't been in the playoffs in 30 years and they don't have any experience. You might be able to win a couple of games off them. But the thing is, because they made the playoffs, nobody gets fired. The coach stays, Cam Neely stays, general manager stays, and we're going to have to go through this another year. The only time when Jeremy Jacobs makes moves is when they don't make the playoffs, because hockey players don't get paid once the regular season ends. So if you make the playoffs, all the money
Gravy.
for the home games are right now. He gets the concessions, he gets the tickets. He gets the revenue for his TV network, everything goes in his pocket.
Jeremy Jacobs has been known for this for years. He just wants to maybe get in the playoffs, maybe win 1 or 2, and then he just puts it in his pocket and says, "Okay, Cam, you're still president. You'll be here. As long as we make the playoffs, it doesn't matter. As long as we make some money, right?"
That's it. They guarantee 2 home games because the first round's 4 out of 7.
Yeah.
And they hope they win 1 game. They can get a 6th game. They'll get 3 home games.
And after they go out in the playoffs, they root for the Celtics to keep going because they get the concessions.
Exactly. So they win. They win. And the only other thing I get in hockey is the Bruins last year traded Brandon Carlo to Toronto.
Right.
For a first-round draft pick in this draft 2026. But it was a top 5 protected, meaning if Toronto finished with the 5th worst record or lower in the league, then the Bruins don't get the pick.
What?
So it looked great all year. And then Toronto totally tanked the last 6 games and lost 6 in a row. So right now, with 1 game left, if Toronto loses, the Bruins do not get that first-round draft pick until next year.
So they tank in hockey too. Is
They do.
Is there any sport that doesn't tank?
They do, but that's why I said the general manager, most times it's like a top 3 protected. But the stupid Bruins make it a top 5 protected.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not going to get anything out of the pick this year.
Okay.
So
All right.
there you go. They did get that guy Mitten in return, who actually played pretty good for the Bruins this year. Carlos stinks. It was a great trade. It was definitely they pantsed him, as they say. They really took advantage. But still, it could have been an unbelievable trade if you could have got the first-round pick this year. But it ain't going to happen.
Not.
So that's all I got for that.
All right. What else we got?
Quickly, NFL draft. We're going to do a bigger. The draft is the 23rd and the 24th.
Yeah.
So next week's show, we'll really dig into it. We'll
Yeah.
dig into the top picks in the draft, who the Patriots should take, and stuff like that. To me, the Patriots got the 31st pick. They have 11 picks total.
Yeah.
But here's the thing where this Mike Vrabel thing, let's go back to that for 1 second. He did not do, last year he did the pre-draft press conference. Now Vrabel's hiding under a chair somewhere. He's scared to talk to
He's
anyone.
under the table.
They are, yeah, probably. But they are saying that he wasn't scheduled to do it this year. But when does Mike Vrabel not been front and center? You know, so instead they put Elliot Wolf out there, who makes a fool out of himself because he's not good in talking to the media. He said, you know, this is a very weak draft. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Why in the world would you say the draft is weak when you have Pittsburgh has 12 picks, the Patriots have 11? Why would you say the draft isn't good when you have all these damn picks? If you think the draft stinks and I'm going to trade some of these picks to move up, then why would you tell anyone?
I think he's saying that because they just have 3 in the top 110. They got the 31st, the 63rd, and the 95th. That's why he's saying that.
Yeah.
But he should just shut his mouth.
He should shut his mouth because
Yeah.
suppose you have that 31st pick, and there's a guy that I wanted to get. It's an offensive tackle, Blake Miller out of Clemson, and you're going to have to move up to like 25. So you say this is the best draft ever, Mike. All his players coming out your ears, they're so good. You trade your 31st pick in like a 6th or a 7th rounder, maybe 2 7th rounders or whatever, 2 6th rounders. Package it and move to 25th and get this guy.
Yeah.
An offensive tackle that you need.
Yeah.
But if you go to me with that trade, I'll say, well, wait a minute. You said that the 6th and 7th rounders stink. Why may I want that?
Yeah. Hey.
So I think he just killed his own trade value.
Just keep your mouth shut, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Learn your role.
That's
get
it.
coffee.
Go get the coffee.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
your job.
That's right.
All right? Let the men run this organization, Mike.
Cream and sugar.
Exactly. So that's all I got. You got anything on the draft?
No, that's it. That's it.
I mean, they need an edge defender, an offensive tackle, a tight end, and a wide receiver. Okay. And here's the thing with this. Back to Vrabel. Now you're not going to get a Tony. You're not going to get Brown. You're not going to get him now
Because of this whole
because
thing?
of this whole scandal.
Oh,
You're not
no.
going to get AJ Brown.
Oh, no. Now I'm really pissed about this
Yeah.
thing.
So Russ, I'm
I
saying
want Brown.
there's no way you're going to get him now. The way this thing's going
I'm paying
down. So
attention.
now you might have to draft.
I'm paying attention
You
now.
might have to draft a wide receiver.
No, don't do that.
I know, right?
They can't draft anybody. They
Yeah.
need to trade for wide receivers.
Well, you know, here's the only way they can do it, right? They close their eyes.
Throw a
Go
dot
like this.
Yeah.
I'll take that guy.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
better shot than the way they draft wide receivers.
Yeah. When's the last time they got a good wide receiver in the draft?
I think it was Vincent Brisby. And he sucked too.
Vincent Brisby. Oh my God.
No, I don't know. It's been a long
it's been a long
time, man.
time.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So, but that's
right.
all I got.
All right.
So let's go to the highest rated part of the show now. This is Mike's Minute. Everyone is listening intently.
I have an awesome story today. It's a feel good story. It's the feel good story of the year. It's with, do with the Celtics, yeah. So let me set the stage for you. The Celtics, they basically they clinched the number 2 seed. They can't go up, or they can't go down, right? And so usually when that happens, and everybody knows it's buying tickets for the end of the year. They know they're probably going to get a product where they're not going to have any regulars play, which did happen. They sat out all their regulars, and they played their second and even third stringers, some place I had never heard of, right? They played Orlando, and Orlando needed this game to get a home. They had a play-in game with Philly, but to get the home game, to get it at home, they had to win. And they played their regulars the majority of the game. They were favored by 13.5 points at the Garden, as you well know. I think you might have laid a wager, right? So most teams just pack it in. But I'm going to give kudos to Joe Mazzulla. I'm sure in the huddle he says, I don't care. You're our team today. You're going to go out and win this game. So I was watching that. I was talking to a guy that was playing basketball last night, and we were talking about the third quarter where they scored 42 points. And, you know, Shyam and Ron Harper Jr. were going off. I mean, Mazzulla wants to win every single game. I don't think he'd ever go into tanking, ever, you know. So they needed that win to ensure a home playoff, and they lost. And it was just fabulous to see. The Garden was electric. I mean, usually it would be just like you could hear people talking in the background there on the radio broadcast. Yeah. But it was just like, and it shocked up the pairings too. Right now, because of that, the Knicks they were scheduled, right? They were scheduled to play Toronto. Now they got to go through Atlanta because of this whole pairing.
Tougher matchup.
Yeah. So I was totally excited about it. I think it was just something great way to end the year, where normally it's just like ho hum. Okay, we're on to the playoffs. And best thing I saved for last was the reaction of all the regular players watching them come off the court during timeouts and everything.
Yeah.
Tatum and Brown and White and Pitcher and everything, they were going nuts for him. They were feeling great about him. So that's just building team chemistry. I loved it.
Yep, it was great. And it just brought me back to a Red Auerbach quote that I've always remembered.
Okay.
And he's always said, like you said, it's a meaningless game, right? And they would go to him and say, hey, you know, it's a meaningless game. He'd say, if you got to play the games, you might as well win them. And that's always stuck with me. That's right. Why lay down? Why let someone else win?
Why?
If you're going to play the game, give it the effort and win the game.
Yeah.
So that's why he was such a great coach and a great motivator, because he was the same way. As Missoula's no Red Auerbach, but I'm just saying, same mentality where don't lay over. Yeah, I'm playing all my second and third starters. You know,
Try to win.
I'm playing in my reserves. No reason why you can't play with them. You know.
And you're back in Missoula's camp, right? I mean,
I am.
yeah.
I just think he's not a good game coach, but I think he gets the team ready.
I think he's
You
a
know,
great.
but some of his substitutions.
Right,
and as long as he doesn't go back in the playoffs to having Tatum bringing the ball up and running the show, if they just let Brown do what he's done all year and just have Tatum in the background and filling in and doing what he can until he gets 100%, then I think this team can go far. Yeah.
I think his X's and O's might be lacking a little bit, but not his motivation. He's getting these guys to play.
True.
Yeah. So.
All right. So if you like the show, give us a like and subscribe.
Awesome. And next week we're gonna be reporting. I'm going to the Boston Marathon, and you're going to the Red Sox game, so we'll be reporting on those as well.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna watch the marathon in the rain, and I'm gonna sit through a 3-hour rain delay in 48-degree weather watching the Red Sox.
Nice.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right. See
Thank
you next week.
Thank you.